check. Hey, G-Man 131, how are you this evening? Is this thing on? All right, everybody, you can hear me. Thank you, HC. Very good. Hello, KW, and everybody else. All right, let's get this show on the road. First of all, I wanted to apologize for our 3 week absence, but it was a combination of many problems that happened all at the same time. And the first one, you guys might have noticed one of them, a couple of them on Viper streams. Uh, the rocks down here in the quarry and all the pallets on the servers were not syncing up very well. And unfortunately, by the time we caught it, we were so far into so many things in the later updates that it was very hard to figure out what was going on. The other one is the boat in the water malfunctioning, and it all did have to do with these scripts, by the way, after we deciphered everything. But the third and the biggest problem was at this very same time as I was trying to go through these scripts, I got a bout of iritis, which is a swollen eye, and I had a very hard time even reading what the scripting code on the, just doing the map making stuff. I could still play games without my glasses on and try to not read, but to do the map stuff was very difficult at the same time. So, with that being said, we are back. Our issues, either we have a workaround for or have been fixed, and there's not a ton of new content in the map because it did literally, what ended up saving us in the end was just a few days ago we got updated scripts that got a lot of the stuff and more to work on the servers. So that's what I'm going to show you tonight, and we are back in swing, back into full development mode, past all the issues. Get this thing wrapped up. It's going to still be a little while. I don't know when because you never know what's going to happen next week. But Rocks, I am live on the server right now. So if you were watching Viper streams, you could not. PJevs, $100 donation. Thank you very, very much. Great way to start off the day. The rocks are working. They are
VIPER278 connected.
And Viper's coming in. I don't know if he's coming in this room, but we shall see. So rocks are moving fine on the server again. If you're watching any of Viper's streams, you will know that the terrible lag that we were having with those. All the pallets on the server now functioning. That was our biggest thing. It was such a feature we didn't want. I did not want to have to remove it just because it wasn't working on servers.
VIPER278 entered channel.
Welcome, Viper.
You're welcome.
So, anyhow, and thanks for the host, by the way. So, anyhow, we're back here. The rocks are working on the server. And I'm going to show them a few things that we did implement as well as these boulders. Now, one of the things is that we're going to try to do is utilize most of the parts of that script set so we do not... Does anybody have a link to Viper's Twitch channel? Viper's... What is it? I can't even remember the number. It's in your name. Viper278.twitch.tv or whatever it is. Yeah, Viper278. There you go. Twitch TV. There you go. Thanks, KW. So we're going to be utilizing as many pieces of the scripts to avoid any conflicts of me trying to take stuff out that isn't working. And one of those features is, this means that you are not operating it. And one of the cool things about that is you could see right up here, it says it's buying stone. and it's paying $80 per 1,000 liters. Well, a stone is 25,000 liters just for one stone. So even though we don't own this factory, we can sell it the stone. And you just do that by driving over the stone crusher. And I have $0. Now remember, it's split between me and the server, the money is. So there goes my money. I can sell stone all day and get that little bit of money until it fills up. If it fills up 500,000, you won't be able to sell stone anymore until it asks for more. At the same token, there's Pure. It says it's buying stone, and it's paying $80 per 1,000 liters. Well, a stone is 25,000 liters just for one stone. So even though we don't own this factory, we can sell it the stone. And you just do that by driving over the stone crusher. And I have $0. Now remember, it's split between me and the server, the money is. So there goes my money. I can sell stone all day and get that little bit of money until it fills up. If it fills up 500,000, you won't be able to sell stone anymore until it asks for more. At the same token, there's it will sell you. You can see in its reserves right here how many liters it has of each product that it's ready to sell to you. So if I really needed lime, I could go and purchase it for 99 per 1,000 liters, or gypsum's 111. So technically, with the new map version, if you're building factories, you never have to buy these factories, and you could still get it done just by purchasing the product from the owners. But I do love that aspect, the fact that it gives a whole new way of playing, different ways of playing with the economy built into this thing, as well as because of we're utilizing that, you get the option to train going through it. With anything that's included into the scripts, all the factories that are built into this script thing, when you don't own them, they will give you missions. And the missions will send out to deliver so much of this product by a certain time. We might see one tonight. We might not, but we'll find out. And you gain extra money and credits that go toward leveling. We'll call it leveling, even though Viper hates that, leveling stuff on a farming game. But it's very minimal. So let's put it this way, Viper. Where our game is right now, the way I set up the levels, we got more than double what's necessary.
Okay.
Everything's because I set the maximum level at those are numbers we're going to tweak once we figure out what's going on. I set the maximum level of the highest thing in this game to 70. I think our server is at 139 already, just from what we've played.
Okay, so one person it works for. That level is everybody.
If you're playing on a server, it works for everybody. Anybody that does any of the features that required will level it up. And that's one of the cool things in the new scripts. It got it working on servers. With that being said, only admins can purchase fields, and only admins... I don't know about tree contracts. Somebody's going to have to come in and try that one sometime. Because we're literally just putting this up. We haven't done much yet to test it even, but I'm pretty confident. I do know there's one bug in it right now but I know it's easily fixable. I'm just going to try to fix it the correct way, then delete it from not working. So that's why I left it the way it is. And actually, the bug might be because we implemented these scripts in the middle of a save game we started months ago, which makes things a little bit difficult too. But it won't be there when we're done, because I know it's fixable. And that is just that train. The train Lewis script that he had in his other map causes an issue at times. I just dropped my rocks. Ah.
Tilt your bucket up.
Yeah, I gotta go back and pick them up. Fun stuff. Although I got to show you a couple of new things, all right? I think we can. I implemented them. All right. Anyway, as you see, I got rocks rolling around. I'm getting really annoyed by these rocks rolling around. Now, if this works on servers now, first test, let's see. If I walk up to my rock, let me see, maybe it doesn't work on servers. If you were offline, there is oh, you know what? I'm not an admin. That could be why too. Show palettes info is off. I just turned it on. There you go. Everything else is on. All right, so what the palette info, if I walk up to this rock, you can see right down on the bottom below it. It's kind of hard because of the background, but I got it centered right on the rock now. It says 25,000, and it says hit the key X to delete. So if you don't want to mess with them, there, the rock's gone. You could do that with any palette. So if you have rocks or any palettes that kind of get in a place where they're impossible for you to really get and you're getting annoyed, you can just go, or you're getting server lag because you got 3 million of them on the server, ding, it's gone. So there you go. I just deleted 50,000 stone that we made, but other than that, it's a cool feature. All those features that are in that map have now been made so they work in server play and in multiplayer or single player. So turning on and off things in the map, it's all good. I'm going to just drop this last one over here and we'll move on to whatever's next. Hey, 2Cat. And sell a little bit more rock. So that's one way. Now, one of the next thing, let's move on to find my other vehicle. We'll explain more of this as we go along. Where's my little truck? Okay. One of the other cool features that's coming in with this setup is if you, and I'm going to show you half of this stuff now, half of it later. Try to put this on the screen where you guys can read it. I'm going to choose from my warehouses. I only set up one of these. Here's our south farm. This is the farm we're on right now. If you notice, the silos all can hold 500,000 liters each. The upgradable silos feature is built in, and you do have the option to build this to increase the capacity of this silos to 1 million by purchasing them. So it's another cool feature, and we'll show you where that's done in a little bit and show you that menu when it pops back up. Because I think that's where we're going to head down there right now. There's a couple of other things I wanted to show you down there as well. One of the things that alright, yeah, let's go back to that settings menu. So shops randomly change volume of reserves. That is turned on. That means that what they have in them, like the stone factories and all those things you don't own, will change the volume. So you don't necessarily, when you don't own them, need to supply the product to actually get product out. And I think that updates about once every hour. Quickly deliver cargo, that's those missions you were talking about, Viper. They're turned on. They will give me a mission that it has to be delivered in like 20 minutes or something like that to get it there, and you get the bonus. Then,
so those are in minutes then, right?
Though the quickly deliver ones are in minutes, correct.
Okay.
Show delivered cargo in the HUD. I have no idea what that one does really. Contracts are on. Those are the contracts that might take a day. Usually they're 4, 6. Some of them they're hours. But if you complete the contract, you get some points. And you can turn all these on and off. Dirt control on gates. There's only a couple factories that use that. Won't allow dirty vehicles in. The promptings are those question marks that are sitting around on it, and there will be 100 of them. So eventually, once you learn the map, because we're going to put them all in as tutorials, if you remember the videos earlier, there'll be things explaining this throughout the map, and eventually you're going to learn it, and you probably won't want to see all those little text pop-ups, just the question marks. And
question for you.
Yeah.
Could you kind of fix those turns-ons enough to equal what it actually means? You know, turn on means on.
I know.
And turn off means off. So, is there a way you know how to do that?
I'm just going to
change the text on it.
I'm just going to change.
Or
yes.
Take the turn off.
I'm taking the turn right off of it.
Okay, good. Okay.
If
I
can,
if you know how to do it. Right.
That way, it'll just say if it's on or if it's off. Thank you so much. Oh my God, another $210. I think that, oh man, that just floors me. Are you trying to replace the top donator? Oh, you just did. Oh, you're awesome. Very cool. Where was I? Deleting garbage and barriers. Oh no, we're not on that yet. We crumple. If I turn it on, you can see I just damaged the crops. So that's what that one does. That's just awesome.
You're gonna have to name a new building now after him.
I know. I'm gonna have to do
dedicate
something.
A new building.
I'm definitely gonna have to do something. What are we gonna do for this person? I have no idea. Oh wow. Where was I? Deleting garbage and barriers. Oh no, we're not on that yet. We crumple. If I turn it on, you can see I just damaged the crops. So that's what that one does. That's just awesome.
You're gonna have to name a new building now after him.
I know. I'm gonna have to
dedicate a new building.
I'm definitely gonna have to do something. What are we gonna do for this person? I have no idea. Oh wow, that's just amazing. All right. That's just incredible. All right, let's see. So, yes, these all work on the server as well. Gold coin search I don't think does, though. But the gold coins are in the map now. So if you wanted to search gold coins in your single-player game, they do have extra uses, and they are there. So I think PJevs is going to get one of those rolling... Whoops. Let's turn off the damage. Sorry, Dan. Don't watch this video. I'm damaging your sunflowers. I'm going to head down this way. That's absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. I'm going to just thank you the rest of the night. Everybody, thanks for watching. But tonight, it's the PJevs 03 thank you show. Incredible. So, we got lots of things. And let me tell you one thing. That is one thing. There were points in this past 3 weeks that were so stressful that I couldn't see. I wanted to work on the map, but I literally don't think my vision's back to normal after. I feel fine, but I have to squint more now because I had such a swollen eye trying to do this stuff. But the fact that you guys have been so good to me, I could never walk away until everything is completed and out there on this map. Whether I do another one for FS15 now that we're kind of running a little late, probably not, but we will be back with 17 and we'll be doing some other stuff, maybe mods, but probably not another map after this one's released until the 17 version comes out. We'll be doing updates, maybe we'll even go back to version 2 and bring some stuff in over there. You know, we'll always have stuff for you guys to do. Yeah, well, that's the tough thing, man. When you're on computers as many hours as I am, and then you have to step away. I was sitting here with a patch over one eye, trying to look at the screen, trying to read looking at the screen isn't bad. It's trying to read the scripts and stuff to see what I could do was almost impossible. But it's better. We're back. We're going into it. We're going to try to test things not as in big jumps. We'll put a couple things. It'll be much easier to determine when we run into a problem. So, but we'll definitely have. I guarantee this as long as my eye. Well, I can't guarantee anything because my eye could blow up tomorrow again, the way it has been lately. It has a. It's a common thing for me, so don't think it's anything. I have an autoimmune disease that causes me to get that. Thank you everybody for the follows. There's a missing. I'm scrolling Spider-Man, Spider-Mangan, and Gunny545 and Aqua. See, I can't even read these. They're too small on my screen. But Aqua something. Thanks for the follows. But as we go through, I don't even remember where I was. My mind is out of it. I'm just happy to be back where we can advance the map. That is the big thing. So I will be working really hard to get this thing wrapped up as fast as possible. Let's get back to another one of the features. So here we have a bank. This is where we go up, and right now you'll only see right here in the middle, the South Farm. It says on it, update storage capacity from, and I got to change the text because it's really from 500 to a million for, and we're going to change the price. But you'll be able to click on this and upgrade your silo if you have enough money, but we don't. So all the farms are going to have upgrades as well as the warehouse capacity. When we get to the warehouse and you just walk up or walk back, you'll be able to upgrade the silos here. Yeah, I was being
Yeah, because Dan's saying bad day bad.
yeah. Oh wait, it is working. I'm sorry, I didn't even know it. But gold coins can now be found on the server as well. So there are 99 gold coins remaining, and I just showed you where that one was. It must just take a little while from the time you activate it for them to actually appear. So that's kind of cool. Secondly, right down here in the village, we have the real estate office, which we'll have to put a sign out here, realty of something, but this is where your action happens. And the menu that is right here is kind of overlaying some fields. I'm going to try to move it over into the corner where the forestry area is so we can read it a little better. I got to see if I can just tab that, somehow get that over there. I think we'll be able to manage that, but I didn't want to put the time into that this week. I want to get some other things done first. We shall see when that comes along.
I got something for you.
Yeah.
PJev03 Realty Office, since he owns your map now.
There you go. PJev's Realty. Yep. Oh, that is great. That's amazing. But a good idea, too. And we'll have to put one of those scrolling signs that flash little things all the time. All right, so back to the show. Here we are. This is where your purchases take place. You can highlight over, if you stay on the thing, hops and props. The cement factory costs them $100,000. Hops and props is only $50,000. I didn't make them outrageous, and I made the ones that you need to do things more, like the cement factory, a lot less money than, say, soy milk factory, which is, or FM textile costs you 500 grand because you don't need the textile factory to build the other factories. Popcorn Sutton's is 250. Black Cap. Why is Popcorn Sutton's listed down here and not up here? I will have to fix that, but it will be done. I'll make a note of that one as I write on my paper. All right. But also in Zach Barclay 0709, thanks for the follow. Also, you have the field purchases are done down here as well. Here is your rating, and this is a rating we were talking about. Whenever you do purchase an object like a field or a building, you get points. You get points for threshing acres and sheep owned and cows owned, chickens, purchasing licenses, completing contracts, and they all add to your rating. Some of these fields, such as field number, what's a big one here? 55. And you can't do this unless you're logged in as admin. That's interesting. So, and we have 1 coin. But they will tell you, here, let me log in as admin so we can see that. Everybody, watch my great demand password. We're in as an admin. Let's see what happens now. This one's missing a I got a message that it's missing. Okay, that's good to know. That's gonna happen on a lot because I tried to purchase that and then I deleted it out of the file. That's not really there normally, but it's the way I updated our server. I don't have enough money. That's good because I didn't really want to buy it. But they do purchase and will tell you if you have enough credits. If you don't have a high enough rating on some of the larger fields, it'll say you need a rating of 40 or 50 in order to purchase it. I don't know what we have for a really small one. 75,000. All right, so field number 68. When you do that, it pops up agent contacted, the owner waiting for answer. Now, what's interesting is the owner may not sell me that field. We can walk around and do whatever. It does take a little while before you get an answer and the price that he's willing to sell it for. And then we'll find out. The other thing that's up this way, yeah, we're going to head up this way. What else is working and not working? I don't know how much you guys know about what was in. I also want to apologize for, and I got to update the board. Sorry, PJevs. I think you get a whole 2 pages of scrolling. And there are tons. I got a list. I didn't forget anybody. I just been not able to do a lot of this stuff for the past few weeks and more concentrating on getting this thing back working. But we will get all our donors up and recognized in the map somewhere, just like there. But there's all the factories have their pallets and they are working now. And you can click the button and pop out the pallets and deliver them if there's property and you own the factory, that is. Or if you're purchasing, like I could purchase birdseed on pallets now just by going over to the birdseed factory. So you can actually, right now, because I tested this earlier, Lydia's Farm Shop is buying whiskey at, and we'll go see what the prices are here. Where is the shops? She is buying whiskey for $48.66 is the price. If we go to the factories and go to Popcorn Sutton's, we will say that he's selling whiskey for $34.07. So another aspect of this game is I could go there, pick up the whiskey, and deliver it right to Lydia's and sell it and make money, even though I don't own that factory, which is a kind of cool thing. You could also see what he's buying. Now remember, when you sell off to these factories, their numbers will go up and it takes a little longer for them to go back down. So if you fill him up, like sugarcane has already got 100, he'll only take another 48,000 sugarcane up there, and then you won't be able to sell them for a while. So it's going to add a whole new dynamic to what you're going to do with your factories, how you're going to operate them. I think it's going to be really cool because you could literally go and buy stuff, buy low, sell high. It's like a stock market. And if I go to the Silk Soy Milk factory right here, they're selling soy milk for $28.73. See, if I thought that that was a good price and I needed soy milk for nobody needs it, I could buy it and store it at the warehouse by just clicking. Now watch my money go down. Load a pallet. There you go. I now have a pallet of soy milk ready to be picked up, and they are now collisionable as well, so they move correctly on the server and on offline. Pretty cool stuff. I cheat at golf if you have a high handicap. That's funny, Kaboomba. I I worked in a golf course, and I have a high handicap too because I don't cheat at golf. You have high handicaps when you don't cheat. I sit there and I'm like playing golf, and I got 106 by average. You know, I'd get 100. We had a big course, so I could play in the. And I have a bad back. So I have my excuse for having 106. But I'm playing against these guys that are in these leagues. Oh, what'd you shoot today on the course? I got a 78. I got this. I got. So one day I go out with these guys on the golf course that telling me that they shoot. These older guys telling me they shoot in the 70s all the time. I get out on the first hole, and it's a par 4, and I got like something crazy like a 7. And the guy goes to me, he goes, he asked me what I got. I said I got a 7. He goes, oh, we never take more than 1 over par. I'm like, no wonder why they're shooting in the 70s.
Yeah, I can see why.
The gold coins are used for bribes, yes. The gold coins are used for bribes. I wanted to just go over too, there are some sacrifices in the map that we ran into. The other one was really big, and I'm going to ditch a vehicle here, probably get it stuck anyway, just to show you guys. The biggest one was, and it's not really a sacrifice, we're going to do a workaround, but as you know, actually let me do it the other way, if I can find it. Do we have boats on a key still? Yes, we do. If you were watching Viper's stream in the past as well, the boats had issues in the water where they would stop turning. That was entirely due to the water planes built into this script set. And unfortunately, there was only one way to stop it from happening entirely and keep the boats. And it's just one of those things. We're trying to do so much with this that we're kind of putting other people's concepts together in one great map. Well, you know, if you've got a map that changes the water planes so that they're, you know, and it's built into the script set so deeply, it literally, the first 2 weeks was trying to figure out a way around this, and then we just said, we have to give up, come up with another solution, and this is a solution. And right now you guys probably don't realize that anything at all is wrong because I'm having a fine old time with the boat driving down the river, except for the fact that the river is, I'm in the water. I am bouncing up and down a little bit, which is kind of weird. But if I go back to my vehicle, and I drive into the water, it's not going to drown you. And it annoys the heck out of me. We're going to probably put some invisible barriers to stop you from driving into the water. I'm not doing it yet because I'm hoping somebody else that's brilliant comes up with another patch to the script that gets the water planes working correctly on servers. We did have it working offline, but I had to literally remove the collision on the water plane. As you can see, I'm driving below the water. But on the surface that the boat rides on, which is, it just wasn't made to put these two scripts together. That's all there is to it. One can work or the other, but together we have to compromise. So we'll put a way to block cars from going across. Actually, you know what? If you ride into the water the way I have the water edges now so the boat doesn't get stuck, good luck trying to find a way out of it. There are a couple spots, but I can't even remember where they are. The edges are so sharp that there's not many places you can get out of the water. So that's one of the trade-offs. And yes, the final game is going. Bowman 2020, thanks for the follow. So, as I got my thing down here, I can go back to... Look at all the nice cars on the map. My boat. I'm gonna have to go get another. I gotta reset that. Darn it! I'm on the server. I forgot about that. So one of the things, if you're not aware of, is if I go to my menu, we do still have the vehicle. Let's see, where am I in water? Right there. We have a penalty, and it cost me $2,554 to get out of the water. The penalties will remain if you use the reset vehicle tool. And one of the things I learned also is the penalty is entirely based on a percentage of $5,000, but how far away you are from the vehicle shop where it returns. So if you're further away, it's like a towing service. If you're really way up in the forestry area up there, it's going to cost you more than resetting it if you're across the street from the vehicle shop. So that's kind of cool. Onward, which reminds me, because we've got all this... Wait, let me see if I could check something out while I'm over here. There is a plane, that jet plane should fly over this place. We might catch it. I'll go this way, because there's a big old jet airliner. He'll be flying over someday. And yeah, that was another thing that we just brought in, so we didn't have to remove that part of the script as well. There's birds in the sky. The other two sacrifices, yeah, unfortunately there's a couple things and they're minor. Very well, one of them's minor. I lowered the amount of animated animals that are just decoration. And when I say lowered, I originally had about 20 birds in the sky, and there's probably about 8 of them now or so. There's just fewer of them. Those nice birds that were flying around. Whoop, don't want to go that way. I removed the snakes from the forest area just because they were so hard to find and see anyway. I did leave all the horses. I took the sheep that are down, and I'll show you those, and the cows, just a couple in each corral. So there's not as many, but they're still there. And that's just to save overhead for other projects rather than having all the animals lagging out the server. We want to make sure we can finish this up. I just trimmed that down a little bit. Any crops, new crops on this map? Compared to PV version 2, there are definitely new things. And I'll show you guys that list. Crops and stuff. Thanks for asking. You will notice we have the wheat, the barley, canola, corn, potato, sugar beet, wood chips, sunflower, millet, sorghum, sugarcane, hemp, cotton. I think all of those so far have been on the other map. Soybean and rice. Do we have rice over there? We didn't have rice, right? PV version 2?
Yeah, we had rice, yeah.
Oh, we did add rice and coffee and cranberry?
Yeah.
Okay. Tomato, mushroom, birdseed, textile, whiskey, beer, coal. Now, that's one of the interesting things. We're expanding the factory products. You now have classic chips, cheddar and sour cream and onion. Pepsi comes in regular, wild cherry, and Mountain Dew. Vodka will have many flavors coming, or a few flavors anyway. Sand, gravel, salt, stone, cereal, paper, boards, glue, drywall, cement, apples, oranges, cherries. We added the plums and the pears to the trees. We have yet to get to the greenhouses, so there will be some changes there as well as additions. That's coming soon. Carrots, onions, cheese. We have sour cream from the dairy now as well. Soup, compost, washed potato, pizza. Ore. We added ore this time because of the steel factory. They take ore to make their steel. Gold. Limestone. Yep, all the limestone, lime, gypsum and calcium carbonate for new products. Then the steel itself is new. As far as crops, we have let's see, we have soy milk. The hops is now a product. It doesn't just auto ship. Cut wood from the pallets, charcoal pallets themselves, block, sugar, frosted mini wheats, Rice Krispies, and Frosted Flakes, and then we have oat and rye added as well. They are not in the other map. So you can grow oat and rye and make oat flour, wheat flour, or rye flour. Wheat bread, rye bread, and oat bread, and I imagine you know what flours they use. Animals have still not been added yet. That's coming as well very soon. Our tomatoes are still in the old greenhouses, but we did not do the greenhouse revamp yet. Thanks for asking. We are going to, if you follow our Trello board, which hadn't been very active because it's been more like 80 hours a day of trying to fix something but not having any progress for the last few weeks. Not 80 hours a day, but at least, I'm telling you, there's in a week that doesn't go by, I don't have 60 to 80 hours of looking at that stuff. It just drives you nuts. But yeah, you'll start seeing it progress and us finishing up. First priority is to finish the 5 remaining factory conversions over to the new system. Next priority after that would be getting my warehouses so they hold all the new products and finishing the warehouses and all the sell points. So I'm hoping we get really far into those this week. Then it's on to the animal revamp, the greenhouse revamp after that, and then a bunch of little odds and ends cleanup, and then shortly thereafter a map that will be done. Little odds and ends, they're not little, but you know, finishing the fairgrounds and the farmers market and all that fun stuff over here has to be done. But one thing at a time, and we'll get it done. What about alfalfa? Not in the map at this point. There's new water towers. We have 3 of them on the map now. Here's one over here. So the biggest thing is additional crop types. Can the map support them? Yes, they can. Can you run it if I add more? Maybe not, and that's what I want to avoid. There's so many things in there. Adding more layers of field onto fields, possibilities. This is not working yet, and I got to figure out why, but either they're coming out or I'll get it fixed. And it's road blockage where you have to pay to get through and it'll remove the rocks. But I don't know why it's not working. And I tested it earlier, so if not, I will just stick it underground so you'll never see it. And remove some extra objects so they're not lagging us out. You can easily get around it anyway. Save your points. We are getting close to 2 big dates. Exclamation point points can check your points. Exclamation point farm, you can wager your points on crazy little farming game. But if KW wants to give everybody some points, I don't know, let's say another 5,000 for showing up tonight and watching, that would be awesome. And if he hears me, if not, you guys will have to wait because I don't know how to do it. But we're going to be having a couple giveaways that you'll need those points coming up. Actually, the first thing is we're probably going to hit 1,000 followers right around the same time as our release party, or maybe even sooner. But either way, when we hit the 1,000 followers, we'll get together a giveaway that evening. I'm saving a good chunk of money, especially seeing as PJevs keeps giving it to me for the release party. So there will be, right now it's looking at about $300 ready to go for prizes for those events. And I do want to make sure, thank you very much there, KW. I do want to make sure that I like to do drawings. If anybody has ideas of what they want to, how they want to see the drawings, just type them in the forums. I don't get to check there that much, but Viper will let me know if there's something you guys want to see at the release party for prizes. I usually tend to go with smaller ones and give them away every hour because it's a lot of fun. You get a lot more winners and a lot more losers, but there's more chances to win when I'm talking smaller ones like software, $20, $15, and do multiples of them, and we'll do a huge release stream. But if you guys would rather see, and I just would like your opinions on it, if you'd rather see something like Xbox One and only one person's gonna win it, or a driving wheel, for the farm sim game, but only one person's gonna win it, I can do that too. I just think it's more fun if everybody's getting something. And what we did last time is I put together a list that people could choose from and purchased it at the time that, you know, that it came, we had it go. So I had a pre-designed list of what was available and the prices, and if somebody wanted this pack or do that, they got to choose from the list, and I just bought it for them after the show was done. It worked out really well. And next thing up, let's see, I'm just driving around aimlessly and talking, which is all I ever do. I don't know why you guys keep coming back. But I do have a place I want to go, but I'm at a dead-end road. Let's go this way. Wasn't there a bridge there? Did I kill a bridge, or did we not build the bridge? I could have killed it, or it's not there. It's up this way. Oh yeah, that's right. That's just the inlet. Yeah, we didn't kill it. I wanted to show you. We removed the drunk guy. What was his name there, Viper? You remember his name?
I don't remember his name now. What do we call him?
I don't know, Shaky. I can't remember. I took him out just because he's in a busy area. And I just lowered the number of... I'm trying to eliminate some things that were just a little redundant, like too many birds flying in the sky. They're there. You'll see them flying around, just not as many of them. Here's a bridge right here. Sharp right. Oh, I know where I was going originally, but I'll go down here and show you what we still got. What we still have. Gotta love my English. And my driving skills. They suck. Both of them. I'm from New York. I realize the one thing that bugs the heck out of me is I always say doin'. Is that a New York thing? How's everybody doing? There's no G on the end.
Yeah, that's correct.
I think it's more of a New Yorkers do that all the time.
Says, how you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm
it.
not from New York City or anything, but I guess I'm too close. So the horses are all still here because they're cool. You can get out and watch your horses. You get a better view if you stand on your truck. But there they are, doing their thing. I didn't remove any horses because they're awesome. The way they run around in the fields and stop running around. And just showing you this because you may notice a difference. If you watch back the other videos, you might notice that there's only a few sheep in the pen here rather than 6. There's 4 now. So there's still sheep grazing and they're walking around, but any little things like that just help the map run better. I think one farm lost a cow, the one up here on the hill. Other than that, everything's pretty much normal. Fellow New Yorkers, Lamillo, how's you doing? Exactly. How you doing? There's no G. What's happening? Nothing ends with a G in New York. See, there's 4 cows still there, hanging out at this little farm. So we left them in, just a little fewer, a little life around the map. The dogs and the cats are all still running around. The garages, everything else. And the last big thing that's missing, and some of you will probably say, "Aw, shucks," But the amount of resources I realized it was taking was just way too much. And that is the big thing that was in the middle of the alleyway, the the valley. Viper was always having a hard time loading from it anyway. You'll have to get on this map, Viper, and test a couple things out and see if you're having your problems you were. Because as far as the triggers and everything, I'll check some out, but I don't know. I mean, now they should be able to be fixed, but those pallets were just causing everything to slow down so much that it seems like everything, most stuff went away. So the big, uh, we'll have to find another use for